Hello, I'm Ernie from Ernie's Rockit Shop. We're gonna use Rockit Rub on a friend's bass today. This is a Yamaha bass. It's actually a pretty nice bass. It hasn't been cleaned in some time. You see it's got some grime built up here. We're gonna try and get to that. Maybe we might have to remove the strings, don't know. If you look at the body, it might look shiny to it. If you touch it, you could feel it. There's grime built up here. And if you look at the corners here, you see a lot of dust settling in the grime. The dust is built into the grime. This is like a pretty standard thing whenever you don't clean the guitar for some time. But let's get a good look at that. We're gonna go ahead and clean this guy up today. We'll see how everything works. Okay, so this is a pretty bad one, so we're gonna give it shake it pretty well, make sure everything's nice and mixed with the formula. And now we're gonna be max attack here, so we're gonna get the side pretty healthy sprayed. And now we're gonna go across it. Now, because we're kind of going max out, I'm actually putting a little bit of pressure down. A little bit. I'm not really putting a lot of force, but you're kind of pushing down about like that on the body. And we're getting this, so you can tell this formula works pretty fast. I think if I was using just standard off-the-shelf stuff that you find at other places, it would have taken me a little bit to even take this grime off. But it seems like as soon as I go across it with the rag, I'm getting the grime, lifted off the face. So you want to try to avoid hardware if you can, but of course, this guitar needs some help. So I don't know. It might actually help it in this situation, but you really want to avoid hardware if you can. But just wiping it off is usually adequate to preserve everything. You see, it's kind of, if you were really, I really want to get there pretty good, but I don't want to hit the hardware too much. Just go ahead and do a little rag ring trick that I show in every video. So basically, you spray it up to where you see that ring in the rag, and then you've got enough polish to get in there with your hands and stuff, where you don't have to worry about really getting direct on hardware. Yeah, there was a line there I wanted to take care of. I think we got that. All right, so that's the face of the guitar. Now this is a cleaner, this is not the shiner, so we're not looking to, you're not gonna get your best shine out of this, because this is not designed to shine the guitar. This is just designed to clean the guitar. So that said, let's get this trouble spots right here. Now this is gonna be a toughie, but we're gonna get it. You see how much I'm spraying? This is a special situation. You normally don't have to do that, but that's what I am going to do for something that needs it that much. So, because this is gonna lift off the grime. If you spray that much of the cleaner on there, it is gonna pick it up right away. You gotta watch your rag, because you're gonna have residue. So we're gonna flip the rag. We're gonna continue, because you wanna have a clean guitar. I mean, look at that. All that grime was just instantly gone. I'm gonna do the same here to the back. If you have to switch rags, go ahead and switch rags. I think I'm good with the fold there. But on a guitar that hasn't been cleaned in some time, don't worry about it. That's what these products are made for, designed for. Designed to clean it up. Maybe you bought a new instrument from a shop and it was a great deal. Like this Yamaha is an excellent bass. So let's make it look the way it did when it was new. Or even better, because it's got a little bit of yellowing, which I love, the aging. So we're starting to see that the back is getting nice and clean. We got a scratch there, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get some of that grime off the neck. I've already sprayed it. Wiping the back of the neck. we have some dust up here. We'll go ahead and hit it. Yeah, these neck finishes. I love these neck finishes on these Yamahas. It's like the fender finishes I like so much. So we're just cleaning this wood off here a little bit, trying to get it back to where it was, nice and smooth there. Now this headstock's going to be an issue, so we're going to use a little tool here that you can find stores, and we're going to hit this pretty good. You see how much I put on there. Now, that's not a normal thing to do, but because of what we have there, we could just get it. You see it dripping down, but look, right away, we've got that taken care of. So enough residue here to get stuff done. So it'd be nice to see our friend get to see his bass and use his bass. You know, a clean instrument inspires you to play more. I'm just kind of drying off any residue I got there. This is just a cleaner, it's not the shiner, so we're not looking for it. I got some on the fretboard here, and that's fine. We would just wipe it away with a rag, but if you have to remove the strings, go ahead and you would remove the strings. In this case, I think we're going to be okay. Clean the headstock. A cleaner here. The rag in there. So this is taking a little longer because of the amount of dirt we have on it, but we're gonna get there. Always be patient. Especially when you got a new guitar, maybe you got a good deal on it. Well, funny story is I've actually gotten a bass from Guitar Center once, and it's a 80s PV bass, and bought it really cheap, cleaned it up, owned it for like maybe 6 months, and sold it back to them for more money. They even said that we had a bass just like that here not long ago. I didn't have the heart to tell them it was the same one, but here we go. I think we're in good shape. Let's start step 2, the shine. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use a different rag because the rag got dirty last time when we were cleaning it. So here we go. Handsome amount of polish, but it doesn't take much. A little goes a long way. But this is a shiner. Now notice I'm giving it more action here. That's why we call it the Rockit rub, because you kind of have to rub it in. So I need to get under the strings, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that same trick I did earlier, and make that ring. And I'm gonna use that ring to go underneath. Be sure to get it in there. Sorry about the noise of the bench, but after the guitar gets cleaned a certain amount of time, it starts making those clean, squeaky noises. So we got this side. Let's go ahead and we want to give it a good, since the first treatment for this guitar, give it a good amount of polish so it could work into the finish. Go here. Now notice I'm not putting any more product, I'm just wiping in more. We're doing the rub part of the Rockit rub. That's the reason why we decided to name it that instead of a polish, because I want people to understand that you gotta, keep wiping sometimes. Let's go ahead and get the sides, but I'm gonna spray the back and use some of the residue from the back to do the sides. Now I'm using a little bit more than I normally use because of the situation of this base was pretty dirty, and we're still removing grime even in this step. You know that, but this step is designed to finish with a shine. So here we go. Getting the shine here. Working it into those sides that were problem areas before. Not problem areas anymore. I love the way that finish has aged a little bit over time, and now that it's clean, almost this thing looks awesome. I love the color. It's getting the sides really well. So it's giving it rubs that it needs to be rubbed in, remember? That's what we're doing. You notice I was getting a lot shinier as I keep rubbing it in. I'm not spraying anymore. Any more polish on. I'm just rubbing it away. This is why. That's what I like about it. Yeah. Make sure we got it all off. It's dry. Let's go ahead and get the back of the neck a little bit. And clean this off all the way. There's probably enough residue on the rag to finish the headstock. You got that. Let's go ahead and get back to where we were on the headstock here. All right, so we sprayed the headstock. I put a healthy amount. All you gotta do is wipe it off. So the same thing, we're gonna use this little tool here to get in between the crevices. We're using a lot more than normal only because of the situation again. This guitar was really dirty when we got it. And I'm gonna do that little trick here. Grab the rag through and you could just clean that really well. Because we want to be able to rub it, right? In a normal situation, I would take off the strings, but I know that a lot of people aren't going to want to remove their strings, so I'm going to try and show a demonstration of how you would do this without removing your strings. I'm a guitar tech as well, so when I clean my guitars, if I got to remove things, I just remove them. I've even done full polish jobs when I'm using actual kind of chemicals that wet sand. I'll take off tuners and stuff like that to get the headstock like absolutely clean for clients who ask for that. But this product is getting the results of one of my deep cleans with just a spray and wipe, which I'm excited about that because I really think a nice looking guitar inspires people to play. So we're gonna get this fretboard dried out, doing the same thing, getting the rag on. There it goes. That's all you needed. Well, I think we've got it. I'm gonna give this a little more of a rub here, because maybe get a little bit more shine out of it, and you can see that's exactly what's happening. Notice I'm not spraying anymore. I'm just wiping it down a little more, making sure I don't have any cloudiness. Look in the glare for cloudiness. If you see cloudiness, go ahead and wipe it off. Now, the amount of product we use, if you've got to get a brand new rag that is absolutely free of any chemicals or any polish, then you could do that also to do a final buffing. I think we don't need to do that right now. I think we pretty much got it.